And moving on to Nigeria, of course, Nigerian market has rallied strongly this year, but yesterday it did close at 33,342 points, so that was slightly lower, 0.04% lower, mainly because of the loss we saw in the likes of Unilever that closed down about 9%. We saw also Wema Bank that has rallied recently, that also was also down 9%. And then of course Prestige Assurance, as the insurance sector, we're beginning to see some profit taking there, that also down about 9%. Let's cross now to Stanbic IBTC to hear from Idris Toriola. He's a trader at Stanbic IBTC. Idris, we also had some results yesterday. We saw Honeywell Flour Mills and Bako releasing numbers, not very exciting numbers when you look at the profit numbers, but how did the market react to that?
Good morning, Wole. Looking at the results that were released by Bako and Honeywell, we saw a slight decline in the profit of Bako, and the market reacted the stock losing points yesterday, as well as other stocks in the market, because we saw the ASI close down, losing 4 basis points. This is kind of in line with the trend of the market, which we saw. We've seen profit taking in some few days, considering the fact that the market has actually rallied, getting about 19% year to date. But looking at the result from Bako, guys, investors on the other hand, we're not really impressed with the numbers as well. So we saw the stock taking hit on it as well. On Honeywell as well, it was kind of a flat performance from the company, and from the way we saw the stock trade after the result was released, I guess investors were not really impressed with that, and we also saw the stock taking some hits, with it closing down, losing 3.3% yesterday.
All right, so if we see those results we've seen recently, we have Guinness, we have, of course, Bako and Honeywell Flour. I think everyone would say nothing very exciting so far. And of course, the market has come down a little bit this week. Your thoughts on what we can anticipate going into next week? Because we probably would see Nestle release numbers, Nigerian breweries perhaps coming also to the market to give us some numbers. I hear Oando is likely to release numbers today. So quite a few numbers still coming out over the next few sessions.
From the numbers we've seen so far, they've not been really fantastic, but investors are still open. The banks will post very, very attractive numbers, because on the back of expectation of attractive numbers, we've seen the market rally year to date, as I said earlier, about 19%. I guess if this expectation of investors are really met, we should see the stock rally higher. But as it is, at the moment, investors are really trending with caution in the market, and we've seen kind of profit taking this week. I expect to witness a rebound next week on the markets.
All right. Typically, in the first quarter of the year, we see quite a few investor conferences. I know RenCap held one this week. I know Stanbic IBTC is holding one next week. Typically, after these conferences, is there a surge of demand as a result of the engagement that many of these investors that come for these conferences have with companies that attend as well?
Well, looking at the conference that is being organized by Stanbic IBTC, this is a kind of morale booster to investors, for investors to have ability to meet with corporates, top management of corporates, hear their view, know what their strategy is, their plans for the year. And with getting such information out of the management of listed company, give investor a headway on where the company is actually driving towards, and helps them take investment decision. I guess on the back of this investors conference, we've really seen positive returns and positive outlook in the market from this investors conference.
So typically demand increases after these conferences? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, we do see increased demand.
All right. Final point on market making. A lot of people, I think the view on it is pretty mixed recently. Some people think it's working quite well, and others are saying that because we don't have securities lending yet, it's not exactly making the impact they expect. What do you think at this stage?
I think market making has really had a positive impact on the market, because one, if you look at the stock being market made, the band for which you can trade has been increased to 10%. This gives room for a lot of volatility to happen intraday and over the period, and you see stocks rally over a period, getting to their target price within a short period. From the market making perspective, I think it's been a very positive one for the market. With security lending still not in place yet, but by the time they roll this, I think this will also further boost the positive impact which the market making has had on the market, and all in all, we expect this to boost the market at the end of the day with the ASI closing positive.